You're listening to Emerson Whitner's NXT Report on the Angry Marks Podcast Network.
Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. My name is Emerson Whitner, and this is your NXT audio update for Wednesday, May 27th, 2015, exclusively here on the Angry Marks Podcasting Network. Last night's episode of NXT was the Kevin Owens show. He started the show with a Monday Night Raw-esque opening 20-minute promo and ended the show with his main event match, and at the end stood face-to-face one more time with Samoa Joe. Let's dive into it. The show started with Sami Zayn's happy, uplifting music playing over the loudspeakers at Full Sail. However, instead of the former NXT champion, we got the current NXT champion. Kevin Owens is out wearing a John Cena shirt. They spliced in footage of Owens laying out Cena this past Monday, plugged that he's going to be on SmackDown Thursday, plugged that he's going to be at the Elimination Chamber show on Sunday. They covered all their bases here on this show. Owens mockingly stated that he is not here to issue an NXT title open challenge because he is not an insecure person who needs to defend his title every week to make people like him. He said that he's not a bad person, he's actually a good man. He's a good man because we will never hear Sammy's horrendous song ever again. And he's also a good person because he let Samoa Joe live when he came out at the end of last week's show. He said that it made him a good person because when Joe came out, everyone in the arena exploded, and he wanted fans to live in that moment. He's not afraid of Samoa Joe, and the reason why he backed down was because he wanted the fans to have a positive note to go home to. What a nice guy. He does say that if Joe ever steps into the ring with him again, he will drop him. Foreshadowing a little bit. He once again promised to drop John Cena this Sunday and prove that the real champ is here. This brought out the NXT GM, William Regal, who said the only reason Kevin Owens still works here after last week when he headbutted William was because Mr. Regal attacked him first. Mr. Regal noted that Alex Riley, Adrian Neville, Sami Zayn, and Hideo Itami all got taken out since Kevin Owens started. Owens interrupted him on several occasions, pointing out that he did not attack Itami and that he told Sami Zayn what would happen, and actually it was William Regal's fault for making the match, knowing what would happen to Zayn. Of all people, this then brought out Solomon Crowe. My brother's favorite wrestler comes running out and he's tired of listening to this garbage. He said that Owens is scared that at any given moment someone from the back is going to come out and beat him for the title, and that Owens is a piece of crap. Owens wrapped up this opening promo by stating that he's such a good guy that tonight Solomon Crowe has earned himself an opportunity against Kevin Owens and will be added to the list of people stretchered out following the main event tonight. We had a pre-taped video with Hideo Itami. First they showed him being laid out last week by the mystery assailant, and then they showed him after shoulder surgery saying that he doesn't know who attacked him, but when he returns there will be no stopping him. Zack Ryder was backstage at TakeOver last week. He talked about sitting next to some crazy guy named Mojo, and of course, how many crazy people named Mojo do we know? Mojo Rawley ran in and screamed and yelled about being hyped, and Zack nearly lost it while staring at him. What a tag team that's going to be. We finally got some in-ring action. Emma submitted Bayley. Emma had Dana Brooke in her corner. Bayley was by herself. Bayley now has slap bracelets that she gives out before the match to little children. I noted there was a little girl dressed like Spider-Man in the crowd for some reason. Emma has new, more serious music and no longer dances or even teases the pull-up that she used to do to get into the ring. The match wasn't bad. It wasn't long enough to really be either bad or good, but it still was better than the last time these two wrestled one-on-one. Emma won with the Emma lock. After the match, Dana Brooke ran in, and it was a 2-on-1 beat down on Bayley until Charlotte walked in for the save. I'd say she ran in, but that's being really generous. She was seriously in no hurry to get to the ring to make the save for her best friend. But when she finally did, Charlotte got a brief flurry on both of them, but the numbers game. She got laid out, and the heel girls were left standing tall. Last week, Baron Corbin was very happy with his win, calling himself the only unstoppable force, so Rhino stampeded in and gasped that he wanted a rematch. The same Becky Lynch video that they've aired now 3 different times aired again. It is a very good video, but they sure do air it a lot, don't they? Wesley Blake and Buddy Murphy wrestled a non-title match this week with Mike Wallace and Elias Sampson. Blake and Murphy must have been having flashbacks to 5 months ago when they were the nameless, faceless jobbers on NXT. And it is still so weird to see teeny tiny, pixie-like Alexa Bliss as a heel. The champs got the heat on Wallace, who did look good. His offense is crisp, his selling is good, and who knows, this might be the start of something for him because him and Sampson did have matching gear. Sampson has been used a few times, it isn't bad himself, so who knows, this might be the start of even a regular TV appearance for them. The champs did win with their running vertical suplex / frog splash combo. The fans chanted for Enzo and Colin, but no Enzo, no Colin, no Carmella. And speaking of Carmella, after the match, backstage, Alexa cut a promo, pointed out that Staten Island is a garbage dump, and next week she's going to be wrestling Carmella and plans to send Carmella back to the garbage dump. Finn Balor got to do all of his offensive moves and got to do his entrance and got the fans to be overly excited, and he got to pin Ty Dillinger. Nothing else to say about that, except I absolutely hate the name Coup de Grace. I hate that they use that as the name of his finisher. I hate it, I hate it, I hate it. Please come up with something different. Please. Earlier today, Jason Jordan was working out. He said that he has a game plan and has found the perfect partner. I thought Ty Dillinger was the perfect partner when they were teammates forever, but alas, no. In walked Chad Gable, who bragged about being a wrestling champion, and now he even has a towel with his name on it. I don't get it either. Apparently that's Chad Gable's gimmick. Anyway, Jordan blew him off, saying he already had a partner, but will call him if he needs him. Gable gave him a towel and walked off. I don't know. I really don't know. Speaking of things I don't know, Solomon Crowe got destroyed in the main event. Not that it's terribly surprising. I mean, Owens is the NXT champion. He is in one of the main events this coming Sunday, and Solomon Crowe is just another guy in the NXT universe. It just seemed weird that he, of all people, has chosen to take this lengthy beating. The story of the main event was Owens just beat on him and beat on him and beat on him. Crowe would fight back to his feet and fight into the ring. The announcers didn't really push that or didn't really get it over very well. But Crowe just kept dragging himself into the ring. He got very little offense. He got a couple punches to the head, but just took a lot of punishment. And ultimately, Owens won with the pop-up powerbomb. After the match, Owens was about to give him the powerbomb on the ring apron when Samoa Joe's music played, and despite taking 30 to 45 seconds to walk to the ring, Owens was nice enough to not just powerbomb Crowe on the ring apron. In fact, Owens actually rolled back in the ring. Joe walked down. He was actually dressed to wrestle, so I'm thinking he's probably going to be doing a match very shortly on NXT. And just like last week, Joe got in the ring, and Owens walked away, despite him saying that if Joe ever got in the ring with him again, he'd lay him out. The show ended with Kevin warning him that he should have stayed in oblivion. Yeah, nice touch after the news day we had today, eh? So that's it. By the way, if you enjoy listening to me talk, I do my Wrestling Outsiders podcast every Wednesday night at 10 p.m., blogtalkradio.com/wrestlingoutsiders. Last night we had an interview with Joe Dombrowski. We reviewed Chi-Town Rumble 89. I ranted and raved some more about Vince Russo and TNA and the ROH deal with Destination America. Listen to all that and so much more right now on demand. But I do want to thank you all for listening, and continue listening again next week. Until then, have a good one.
You're listening to the Angry Marks Podcast Network.